Hey everyone, how you doing today? Again, we are talking with Dana from Hem Lane. And Dana, you got a story about renter's insurance that I want to hear. Something about a dog, as I recall.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of stories about renters insurance, but this is one I think most landlords don't think about when they say, oh, my tenant should have renters insurance to cover their belongings.
Okay.
They forget a lot about liability coverage as well. So this is a true story. And the tenant of a landlord I know basically was going on vacation and needed someone to babysit his dog while he left. So he went to where anyone would go to find a reputable dog sitter. And so he went to the animal vet and said, can you please recommend who should babysit my dog while I'm gone? They said, okay, we recommend the person who works at our office. She's great with dogs. Sounds reasonable, comes from a reliable source.
Yeah.
So she
good.
dog sits and the renter goes on vacation.
Okay.
The girl that works at the vet comes over and brings her boyfriend with her. They bring lots of drugs, drink all the alcohol at the renter's place that the renter had, probably brought their own alcohol as well. But apparently whatever drugs they took did not go well with the boyfriend. And he went absolutely crazy.
Oh no.
First threatening to kill her, throwing knives, was cutting up everything. So there's blood everywhere, all over the rental property. Then after that goes around and smashes everything. Nice. The TV, the guitar, everything in this renter's house. Oh, no. And finally, at the end of all of that, she calls the cops. She runs out. Fortunately, the dog ran out with her. That was my first question is, well,
how's the dog?
Oh, how's the dog? What's happening to the dog? And the police come and surround the rental property. So he takes a lighter and lights the Christmas tree on fire to burn down the place. And the sprinklers go off. So anything that's not burnt is damaged by its water, right? And of course, the landlord gets a call about this. The renter gets a call. The renter has no idea. He thinks this reputable animal hospital who's recommended the person who works there is taking care of his sweet puppy. And no, the house is completely destroyed. Well, what saved the landlord was they had said renter's insurance. The tenant is required to have renter's insurance. Yeah. So what did save the landlord, except that they didn't verify it, then had to go to court, was essentially saying, well, I have a legally binding contract that the tenant needs renter's insurance. Yep. The tenant didn't have renter's insurance, but was a pretty well-off, high-paying employee who essentially then the landlord's insurance went after him and said, well, you were supposed to have renter's insurance. This is liability on you. This was a guest of yours, not a guest of the landlord's. You owe us the $700,000 of damage. And in that particular case, right, as a landlord, if your tenants ever tell you, hey, I don't think I need renter's insurance and I don't want to pay the average of $12 a month. That's what it costs, right? A story like that will make them second guess it, where it's okay, anything could happen. $12 a month will save you a lot of time and stress and hassle. And the amount of legal fees that the tenant had to try to say, well, it's the animal hospital's fault. They recommended this person, and this whole long drawn out process could have been saved by just having that renter's insurance and having the two insurances duke it out.
Yeah. So, gosh. Yeah. So, yeah, renter's insurance is something to actually, I recommend every landlord has in the contract. I believe in California, I've been told, I don't know if it's still true, that I can't legally mandate it, but it is in my lease. They have to initial it that I said it's required. Do you know if that's true or not, or has changed?
I've never heard that before, because I do know like all the multifamily I know do require it and they cross check it. So I'll have to look that up because I have not heard that. We recommend the same that everyone puts it.
Oh, it has to be it has to be big. Yep. I actually have it in bold letters. It's like a paragraph. Renter's insurance is required by the landlord. but I'm going to call my tenant attorney and ask him if that's changed or if that was just bogus information I had years ago. But yeah, tenant insurance is absolutely should be a requirement, really for the tenants as well, right? $12 a month, not that much.
Yeah. It's not that much. And like, think of the huge storms that just happened this past week with so many pipes bursting in Texas. The tenants' stuff is damaged. And for their sake, to just go to insurance and say, great, you know, here's everything I lost. I mean, I've been through that process a while ago when I was a tenant. I had actually stuff stolen from my car, and my renter's insurance still covered it. Obviously, San Francisco, you know, my car is going to get smashed. And I was on the East Coast, living on the East Coast, and got a check for everything I lost. Delayed and surprised that the renter's insurance even covered something that wasn't on site. So even as a tenant, that was a wake up aha moment of I should always have renter's insurance.
Yeah, that's a great example. Houston, right? Houston, I mean, I saw some just horrific pictures, you know, pipes burst and icicles hanging. I mean, it's going to damage clothing and electronics and it's just bad situations. You're so right. Renter's insurance would be fastest and allow you to get back to being whole is a very quick way. So just another great example that renter's insurance is really there to help the renter. So great idea.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much.